Section 2 is entitled Information, Knowledge and Entrepreneurship. We are now going to take another step in deepening our analytical understanding of entrepreneurship. Whenever an entrepreneur discovers or creates a profit opportunity, he is really creating or discovering new information and new knowledge in his mind. Information and knowledge he did not have even a fraction of a second earlier. We are now beginning to connect our whole theory of entrepreneurship with a theory of knowledge or information. When a creative human actor, an entrepreneur, perceives, realizes, discovers or creates new ends, means and profit opportunities in any sphere in which she acts, whether it be strictly commercial or academic or philanthropic or artistic, an alteration or change always takes place in her mind with respect to the knowledge she had before. In what sense? In the sense that we are constantly discovering new ideas that we did not have before. They may have been latent. Maybe one part was in one place and another part was somewhere else in our minds, and we felt a bit restless. When suddenly, eureka! The entrepreneurial light goes on, and we make a connection. We connect a scrap we had here with another over there, and it occurs to us that we can do something. At that moment, the light goes on, and we generate knowledge that we did not have before. We gain inspiration from our impressions of the past, but our impressions of the past are subjective. Many times, they are figments of our imaginations, and it is as if these impressions were floating around in our subconscious. Though I am trying to describe this feeling to you, it should not be too difficult for you to identify with it, because we are all human, and we experience this all the time. Many times we are restless. We get up and we are shaving or doing something else, and we feel uneasy. There is an idea forming under the surface. There are elements floating in our minds, and our subconscious is about to creatively push them to the surface, when suddenly, eureka! We see it now. Why didn't we think of it before? With these bits of inspiration, we can build a small personal computer and make it available to millions of families and put an end to mainframes, those gigantic computers. Or we can devise an operating system or write a screenplay. We generate new information that we did not have before. So, starting today in class, and this is going to be exciting, we are going to focus on the specific characteristics of the information or knowledge we human beings generate when we create. That is, we are going to answer the following question. What are the features of entrepreneurial information or knowledge? This lesson is very important. In fact, it is worth its weight in gold. For we are going to understand. We are going to comprehend. We are going to talk about a type of information or knowledge that no one has told us anything about until today. Until right now. We are going to talk about subjective entrepreneurial knowledge. This type of knowledge is silenced. It is looked down upon. It is devalued. It is brushed aside. From the day we were born until today, everything we have been taught in elementary school, in high school, in college, so far, has involved a radically different type of knowledge, scientific knowledge. It seems that whatever is not univocally, unequivocally and formally reflected in books, whatever cannot be stored in a formal manner and expressed in writing or formulas does not matter at all. What a grave error! For to be successful in life, the type of information or knowledge we need is not this type, the type they have tried to teach us, but instead entrepreneurial knowledge, which I am going to explain now. We use the same term, knowledge or information, to refer to two completely different realities. On the one hand, scientific knowledge, which has motivated attempts to deify human reason, particularly in the last century. And on the other hand, practical, subjective, entrepreneurial knowledge, which is of crucial importance in the life of each of us because it enables us to be successful and to achieve the ends we set for ourselves. So, we are going to focus on this second type of knowledge, practical, subjective, entrepreneurial knowledge, because it is the most important to the life of civilization. It is far more important than scientific knowledge. Furthermore, and I repeat, it is ironic that no one teaches us about this type of knowledge, that no one theorizes about it, or even acknowledges its existence. Until today, here in this classroom, where you have the opportunity to come into contact with it. What are the characteristics of entrepreneurial knowledge? We will study basically 6 features, and we will consider each in detail. First, entrepreneurial knowledge is subjective and practical knowledge, rather than scientific knowledge. Second, entrepreneurial knowledge is exclusive knowledge, and we will see what that means. Third, entrepreneurial knowledge is dispersed. It is spread out. Fourth, entrepreneurial knowledge is inarticulate and cannot be formally expressed. We say it is tacit knowledge. Fifth, entrepreneurial knowledge is created from nothing. It emerges ex nihilo, ex novo, whenever human beings act. And finally, sixth, entrepreneurial knowledge can be transmitted. But how is it transmitted? As we will see, it happens very subtly. It is transmitted through extremely complex market processes. And these processes are the object of research in economic science. So, we are coming into contact with a new type of knowledge, which we have called entrepreneurial knowledge. And it has nothing to do with the sort of formalized knowledge we have been force-fed up to now in elementary schools, high schools, and universities. Entrepreneurial knowledge is of vital importance to us. It is the only type that can help us to be successful and achieve our goals. Furthermore, it is a type of knowledge that is transmitted through social processes. In fact, we will define society as the process by which this sort of knowledge is transmitted. This is an abstract concept of society.